Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Best Iowa Cleaning Podcast with Brandon and special guest
Dawson.
Dawson. What's your last name?
Shy.
You guessed it, folks. He's my middle son. Dawson, thanks for being here.
Yep.
Woo! As always, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. And we got some questions for Dawson. I wanted to talk to him about his experience so far working for Night Shift. I actually have the pleasure of having two of my oldest sons, Caden and Dawson, working for our company and giving wholeheartedly to all of our clients, and also being just a really great part of the team. So, thanks for being here, Dawson.
Yep, you're welcome.
Yeah. Am I bothering you from other things going on in your life?
No, not really.
Okay. Now he is willing to come in and do this, so appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I've got some questions for you, Dawson. Recently, you took a trip outside of the U.S., and that was pretty exciting. It was a little. There was a lot that went into getting that done, from COVID testing, plane tickets. You guys did not have, and Caden went too, but you did not have passports or anything, so we had to get that. It was just but it was a fun process once they got going, and then hearing about everything that happened was really cool. So, Dawson, tell us a little bit about that trip, because it really goes well with giving wholeheartedly, which we're about here at Night Shift. It's one of our core values. And tell us about the trip, and let's start with where was it, and what was the purpose of going?
It was in Mexico, but it was in Mexico City, the town, and what we did was, the main purpose of going was just spreading the gospel, and also just helping out Mexico, because they're just like they're a very poor country, and just they don't really have much there. So
Okay, good. And who'd you go with?
I went with a few kids from my youth group. It was 12 kids, and then 3 adults. So
Very good. Very good. And you said before that you were going to minister to the people, to bring the good news, and also just help out in general. So tell us about what that looked like. What did you do? What did you do in the Mexico City area, and then you had some surrounding areas that you helped out with. So tell us about the 3 phases of your trip.
Well, the first thing we did was we painted some stuff, like we painted crosswalks and speed bumps, and we also painted some road signs and stuff like that. That was the first part of it, and then the second part was planting some gardens on like towns by Mexico City, like in the country of Mexico City. We planted 2 gardens, not big ones, but they're in little towns on the outside of Mexico City. And then the third part of it was we went to a little camp for 2 days with some Mexico students, and we ministered to them and played games. We had a lot of fun there, so yeah.
All right, good. Let's unpack that a little bit. So the speed bumps, tell me, like, why paint the speed bumps? Why were there so many speed bumps? Because I heard that a lot when we were talking to these guys over the week. So what's with all the speed bumps?
The reason there's so many speed bumps is because they don't have a very good law enforcement. Like, because Mexico City is so big, if there were to be like a police chase, and there's really no good way for them to like get tons of officers and backup and stuff.
And sorry to interrupt, how many people were in Mexico City? What's
like
their population? 8 million. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Makes sense.
Yep.
All right.
And then if there were to be a police chase, they couldn't really, there's no good way for them to get back up, so the speed bumps would slow them down so they could catch them faster. So, and the reason we painted them is because they just were really faded, and like they hadn't been painted in like several years, so we wanted to help them out, and like so they could see the speed bumps, because when we were driving around, like you couldn't really see the speed bumps, so it kind of came unexpected, and it was just
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah,
you don't want the whole inside of the car to fall out of the car if you hit one of those things at a high speed, right?
Yeah.
All right. So tell us about the smaller after the first couple days in Mexico City, when you guys went to help the farmers, what did you do for them? What did that look like? Tell us the process.
Well, the first family we went to was, they were out in the country. They had like grass in their yard and stuff. So we hoed the grass so all the dirt was out. But the family we were helping, the mom of the mother, her daughter had some medical conditions. She was in the hospital. So we wanted to help her out because her daughter was not doing very well. I don't think she was expected to live. So
Wow.
so we held the grass and took the rocks out of the soil and planted some fruit. We planted corn, we planted tomatoes, peppers, all that stuff. So
Okay,
yeah.
very good. Yeah, and it sounds like you did that at a few different locations.
Yeah, and then we did it in a cornfield in the country of Mexico City. And yeah, their soil was a lot better. They just didn't really know how to plant corn. They just basically just threw out corn seed and hoped it would grow. But we taught them how to do rows and give them fertilizer and stuff like that, so it would actually grow up and produce good crops. So
I suppose it was exciting to have people from Iowa.
Yeah.
Because of agriculture here, but you weren't using any fancy equipment, though, were you?
No, we used hoes and machetes, but they were all made from the Mexicans there, by the Mexican family that
That's
we were
really
helping.
cool.
So yeah.
Yep. All right. And then you said you worked at a camp. So what were the age groups of the kids at the camp?
It was from probably 12 to 20.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a big age group. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. All right. So 12 to 20, and describe to us a little bit about some of the kids that were at the camp and the hardships they were going through, why they were there at the camp.
They were there at the camp because, well, some of them just go there yearly. A lot of them just went there from all the way since they were 12 and then to 20. But yeah, most of them go there because their parents can afford it. Because a lot of parents can't afford that, because the camp was relatively expensive in Mexico. So, and yeah, Miesel was telling us that was our leader for Mexico. Some of the kids didn't come back to the camp because they were kidnapped or sexually abused. So
That's
it
crazy.
It was bad. Yeah.
Yeah. And they have a program for kids that can't afford it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Well, that's cool that you got to be a part of that, and yeah, it fits in with giving wholeheartedly with night shift. So let's kind of circle back into probably your favorite part of working for night shift. Go ahead. What do you think it is?
My favorite part for working for night shift is probably the flexibility. Because I have a lot of cross country and different things I have going on, like going to the pool and just a lot of different sports. So just the flexibility of just coming in when I can come in and stuff like that. So yeah.
Have you mastered that backflip at the pool yet?
No,
Not quite yet.
not yet.
I'm hoping to master it at the same time, if not before.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And I don't know. You've been to a few night shift parties. Do you think it's kind of cool that the team just really cares about each other? And it's what do you think about that? The team element.
Yeah, I feel like as a whole team, we really bond good together, and everyone's just really good friends. And there's no negativity in the team. It's mostly just positive stuff, and yeah, everyone seems to be very nice here. So yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Do you think that could be correlated to when the school year starts? Do you think that it's possible to get that type of team unity with the whole with your school, with kids in the school?
Yeah, probably, but
What would it take, you think?
it'd probably take a lot because there are some kids that really don't care about you or anything else. So, I mean, it would be pretty hard. It would probably take a lot. It would take a lot. So
Yeah. Because you kind of have to care about others in order to make that happen.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, something that you can take with you to the new school year.
Yep.
And yeah, sounds like this summer has been full of good lessons for you and working hard, serving others.
Yep.
Yep. Very good. All right. Well, that really is all I wanted to talk about with Dawson is just kind of his experience over the summer in Mexico, and then with night shift, and all the the positives that we're doing in the community. And I one thing I love is listening to all of our team members, and it's something that we're going to do continually, is talking with them and finding out how they're giving wholeheartedly outside of work. And it's going to be a blast. So thanks for coming along with us today. Thank you for joining us for this podcast. This special guest, Dawson. And what you're going to see out of Ryan and I now is maybe not the two of us together, but doing these interviews with other team members and then other special guests that are going to come in. We're hoping that you guys got a lot of value out of it. And I wanted to say, too, something with Facebook. If you guys go and hit the thumbs up button, that's great. One thing I'd like to direct people to do is hit the heart button, the love. Like if you love it, hit that button. It seems to spread the positivity even more, kind of gaining more traction, more people checking out our video and our podcast and loving it. So, yeah, just like McDonald's, right? All right. Well, thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and I hope you have a blessed day. Anything you want to say on the way out?
No, I'm good.
All right.
Yeah. See ya.